Oh, yeah. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You are the one who keeps me strong, safe from home, safe from home. Fruit of my leaf, I really love you.
Hey guys, I'm Lady Diamond and we're here. I'm so excited. We're here at my mom's house, and in celebration of Black History Month, I thought it was befitting to really talk about my mother's story. And so I'm right here. You know, you can see the picture of my siblings and I, and the wonderful experience that we had with an amazing mom. I can't wait to share her story. Well, we're here, and what better way to celebrate Black history on Chatting with Lady Diamond than to be here with my amazing mom, talking about her experience in life and basically where she is today. My mom was an incredible parent growing up. I was very fortunate to have a very present mother. But there were some things that my mom experienced that she actually sowed in us, and those life experiences really helped shape all of us, you know, in a really, really amazing way. But she's truly a legend in her own right with everything that she's experienced. She, to me, epitomizes Black history in terms of where she began, all the way up to the trail that she paved for others, all the way up to being an amazing mom and now grandmother and great-grandmother. So, Mom, I'm so excited to be talking with you on today.
Well, I'm excited you could talk to me.
Yes, yes, my mama. Mama, ride or die. Your mom's a ride or die. So, Mom, I really want people to know about you.
Well, I grew up in Mississippi with 9 sisters and brothers, and I wanted to teach ever since I was about 5 years old. I wanted to become a classroom teacher.
But what was so amazing, Mom, I really want them to know, you were born in Egypt, Mississippi. Very, very poor.
Buena Vista.
Very poor. Where was it, Mom?
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista. So you were born in Buena Vista?
We moved around. We were poor people. So we moved from one, farm to another farm with Mr. Chattin.
Wow. All 10 of y'all would just move from one farm to the next.
Right.
And I remember you telling me that at one point you all were so poor that when it came to antibiotics, there were certain, you had to make up certain things in order to just...
Well, what Dad would do, we don't like this name until today. Castor oil cured everything. We hated for... You get a castor oil toothache. Everything. Castor oil. And it worked. It cured. It really did.
I know growing up in this house, we had castor oil. And let me tell you, it was like dying when you took castor oil in this house. She would call all 5 of us, Mom and Dad raised 5 kids, and one by one we would come up, and the facial expressions that we had to make in order to swallow the castor oil was crazy. But all of these remedies from what Mom learned was instrumental in our upbringing as well, and we rarely did get sick. Very rarely got sick with 5 kids. Mama rarely, yeah. So, but Mom, you had, okay, so you picked cotton.
Ooh.
As when did you, in picking cotton, my mama wasn't a slave, but they had to pick cotton in order to survive
Chopping
in
cotton.
Mississippi, in the delta of Mississippi, by the way. Yeah.
What's the
And so when you having to
early in the morning,
yeah.
yes, early in the morning, getting up, going out in the cotton field, chopping the cotton, get it ready for, where it can produce. So that was horrible having to do that,
Yeah.
But it was still unity. We were still together, but I just never could stand that we're going to be in the field until the sun got so high in the sky where you had to, if you could put your foot on his head, now you're standing up, if you could put your foot on the head of your shadow, it was time to go home to lunch.
Wow.
That's how you had to do back then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy.
If you had to put your foot on your shadow, that's when you knew to go to lunch or
go home.
Or go home.
We call it dinner. Oh boy, I started putting my foot, trying to reach it very early so I can get back to the house. I couldn't stand it. Oh man, it was hard.
Wow.
But yet, I look back on it, it was growth. You know what I'm saying? It's, at least I know about it, what it takes, and what have you.
And so,
could tell you all.
yeah.
All about it.
And so when you talk about your education, when you talk about that, you light up, and how you guys would have to walk miles though to get to a school. How many? I mean, and yeah, that was
maybe about 3 miles. We just left early in the morning, rain, snow, whatever. We walked.
And you talked about how
And a lot of times we didn't have. Most of the time we didn't have boots. We had leather, old leather shoes. Got them new, but we wore them out. Walking back and forward to school. So.
And what about the clothes, Mama? You mentioned how you guys really didn't have a whole lot of clothes.
We did. Mama made a lot by her hands. What Mama would do, she would buy the material, and if she had bought a dress early and it was ragged, she would tear that apart, and she would lay it on the material, each piece, and she would cut it out, and she would make that dress back. Amazing. It's amazing. But they taught us prayer meeting is at home. And, they taught us for in a way, there's a better life.
Yeah. And they actually laid that path for you,
They did.
And Granddaddy was very well known in the community.
Loved, and he was loved by everybody. Everybody loved Daddy. He was strict, but loving.
And so that's the beautiful thing. And in spite of the hardships that you had 2 loving parents that raised all 10 of you all.
That's right.
All 10 of you all. In spite of having to pick cotton, in spite of having to walk to 3 miles to school with old leather shoes, in spite of not having a whole lot of clothes, in spite of not having a whole lot of food and having to share what little bit you had. And then you talk about how going to an Episcopalian school really, really helped shape your desire.
That was junior college. But another thing at home, we had church at home, prayer meeting.
Church at home, y'all.
Every Wednesday night, we had prayer meeting at home. Then we're able to buy a piano. Either Mama on the piano training us how, to play the piano. I played the piano for my choir for 6 years.
Wow.
Before going on to senior college. Yes.
And that's so amazing because we had church at the house, especially on weekends. You can hear the gospel music. Mama always taught us the word, and she always made sure we attended church as well. And we had, of course, again, we just had music throughout the house with the piano, etc. So that Mom did as a child, she incorporated in our upbringing as well. And so, Mom, so you I remember you telling me how you would play teacher.
Oh, baby, that was something. Every time we'd play school, I had to be the teacher. My sister and I would get into it. Aunt Murray started going toward the little spot. We'd be the teacher. I beat her to the spot. I always wanted to be a teacher. And one of the things that really turned me on was how they dressed. It wasn't just print dresses back then. You could go to the store and buy it if you had $2 or $3 and buy your dress or something like that. But they looked nice and neat all the time.
And you look nice
That's
and neat
what
all the
turned
time.
me on. I just longed for that, wishing, that could happen. Went through so much. No cars. Only the teachers had cars to drive. That turned me on too.
Yeah. So that's the beauty about you, Mom, is that everything that you saw and admired, you made it a stepping stone.
Yes.
To be who you are today. You went on to Alcorn State University after that, and then went on to marry Dad, and you all settled initially in Gulfport, Mississippi. Pascagoula, then Gulfport. Pascagoula is where I was born. Then Gulfport, Mississippi. And from Gulfport, we went on and moved here to Dallas, Texas. But the beautiful thing about Mom is that from the time I knew my mom, she exemplified what she just explained. Neat every time. Everything was of excellence. When we grew up, I always heard, act like you got somewhere to go. I'm like, cause we linger in the bed. Now she hated to wake us up.
I did.
But so when we finally woke up, I just hate to wake y'all up. But my mother was, you better know, school didn't start till 8 o'clock. Mama was gonna be there at 7 o'clock.
Still like that.
And still like that.
Still like that until today.
And neat. Girl, can I just touch you, Mama? My mama is 82 years old, and look at her. Just amazing. Wow. She's a legend. Mama has mentored so many people. My mom still gets letters from her students. Teachers still check in on my mom. My mom has helped so many kids develop. And to this day, even the kids now, they run up to Mom. Miss Harrison, Miss Harrison.
A lady just hugged me at school where I am now. Trina, but did she squeeze me? You were my teacher at J.J. Rose.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
And she just held on, just telling the whole school the scene.
Yeah. So you asked me why it's always, what, Mom? What you gonna say?
She just passed.
Wow. Wow.
I said, I'm glad about the hug.
That was a nice moment for closure for her to be able to see the person that really impacted her life.
Exactly.
But Mom, that's what my mom has done all her life, is impact people's lives every day. And in raising us, though, Mama was a strict disciplinarian, just like her mom was. And I'd be like, you teach kids how? How you teach kids? Because I used to think Mom was just so strict and so mean at times, but loving. I had the most loving mom, the most loving mom. And, now, as I got into my 30s, I was like, I get it.
See, she get it alone.
She had to make sure she kept us in line, especially because my mind, everybody else be going straight. I'll be like, let's bounce, let's do something, But she was able to really keep it together, hold it together for us. She was truly a presence and a force in our life, and truly to this day a legend. 82 years old and still teaching. My mother, I remember Mom, when Mother had all five of us, she decided to get her master's degree, and Mama would be pecking away. I never seen nobody type that fast like my mother could type. Mama and we'd be running all through the tables and all up under her. Mama still would type while we were all over her, because we wanted to be by Mama. We couldn't wait when Mama would go to class. It was just, there was no life in the house. It felt so empty You know, even though Daddy would maybe be out in the game room somewhere or watching TV, there was no life until my mother walked in that house. And she'd be on that type, and we'd be running all through just so that we knew we could be right next to our mom, some kind of way.
And you know what? It's when I could hear y'all come in the drive.
Here come Mom! Oh, we get so excited. We get so excited. And most of in our house, it was always a home cooked meal.
Oh yes.
To this day, I struggle
Yes.
with anything, you know, outside of a home cooked something, you know. From barbecue, we had the barbecue pit outside. You know, so I want to go back to that. Mom, from picking cotton to, we lived a true life of excellence, a true life of luxury. We had everything that a child could ever have, from a grand, I call it the mini mansion house, to Mom went on to have a beautiful cars. We had the top of the line Cadillacs growing up. We had a beautiful, elegant game room built from the ground up. Just Mama went from picking cotton. Yes.
And upstairs.
Yes. My dad, who was an account manager for Federal Reserve Bank for many years, was also into construction and built the game room as an attachment. We had everything. Everything we did. And when we had, Mama, remember when we had those really amazing dinners? They take out the 18-karat plated forks and spoons. We had, everything was elaborate. Everything in our house was grandiosa. So by the time I'm 25, I'm looking at everybody trying to make it. I'm like, well, we lived it. We actually lived it. So in my mind, you know, do what my mother always said do, is be loved. L-O-V-E.
Right. Love. That's right.
Love. So I was past all the having this and because we grew up having the Cadillacs, the Pontiacs, you know. It was just amazing. So, you know, I kept in my mind what my mother said: be loved.
That's what I teach right now.
Mm-hmm.
Love one another. Be kind to one another. You know.
Yeah.
Help one another.
Help one another. You know.
That's just where life is. That's biblical.
Yes. And so
love you one another.
Yeah.
Value one another's words.
And what's so amazing is that it was such a comfort level for us. We really, my siblings and I, we still talk about this to this day. We really didn't realize what we had. We thought everybody had this. We thought everybody was taught what my parents taught in terms of, my mom taught us how to speak well, you know, how to project. You know, my dad always would tell me, speak up. Speak up. And I tremble. Okay, I'm going to say. And I applied that to corporate America and what I do, and it has done wondrous things for me in corporate America. The tools my mother instilled in us. If I said one word wrong, to this day, my mother, you know, but I really had to really...
Yeah, but Mama, Daddy did it for us.
Yeah. Black elegance also occurred in the 60s and 70s. And although our history experiences with our ancestors were hard times, there are choices that we can make. And my mother made a choice to rise up out of the ashes and pursue a better life for herself. And in pursuing a better life for herself, she provided a better life for her children, and it's gone on to the grandchildren, and now we have you have a great grandson. But we're able to instill those values, you know, that my mother and my father experienced and then taught us. And so I just had to let you know, my mother is a legend.
And this, I did I tell you about coming down the hall one day,
Yeah.
going about my business. Here, young lady, what are you doing here? I looked at her, Donna Jenkins, assistant principal. I taught her in second grade, and that was the most exciting moment.
Is that not beautiful? So she literally is walking down the hallway, you know. Oh, by the way, my mother retired twice, so she just loves teaching. But going down the hall, here's an assistant principal that my mother taught in the second grade that still remembers the impact that my mother made on her life. Teachers should be millionaires.
And number one, teachers, I say this, I just have to say it. If you don't love a child, you have no business. If you don't love children, don't set your foot in the classroom to teach them. You have to love them in order for those children to learn.
Wisdom! You better talk wisdom! You better talk. I love my mommy. Mommy, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, thank you so much. Hey, and happy Black History Month. This is the month of February where we celebrate our ancestors, our legends, those that have paved trails for us to follow, our leaders, all of you. God bless you, all those that are continuing to pave trails for others and who are really wanting to continue to fulfill purpose and destiny. God bless you. I'm Lady Diamond. I look forward to talking to you next time.
Right.